get on, did you want to tell your story?
Yeah, I'll tell my story. How was everybody's weekend, by the way?
What did I do this weekend? I didn't do anything this weekend except play video games.
Today's Sunday, Joseph. The weekend's not over.
It's almost over.
By the time this podcast is done
it's not
recording,
over.
Do you have a certain order that we're going to be following?
I'm just going down the list I have here. I mean, I kept some of the ones that were related together, so... And there's a very specific one I'm going to close with, so...
Okay.
In that sense, yes, I have it in a specific order. Is that okay with you, Brad?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Joseph.
No, that's okay. So anyway, Friday night, my band had a show in a place called Bremerton, which is about an hour and a half from Seattle.
Uh-huh.
So we go up there, and we're drinking before the show, drinking during the show, and I actually haven't been drinking all that much, just because I have a tendency to overdo it, as you know. That night, however, I guess I overdid it. So anyway, we played our show, and we're drinking, and people buying us shots after the show and all this kind of stuff. And I remember I blacked out in the club. I remember being at a 7-Eleven and buying a hot dog, and then all of a sudden I black out again.
Yeah, baby!
We know where this is going.
And when I come to, I look up and I'm standing on the side of the street, and I see a gas station that I recognize as being right next to my rehearsal studio, which is located an hour and a half back in Seattle. And I have no idea how I got back there. I suddenly see that I'm in Ballard, which is right near, sort of near where we practice. And I don't have my keys, and I have my phone, but it's about to die. So I have nowhere to go. So I'm thinking, well, I need to get somebody to pick me up, because if they don't, I have to sleep in the street, because I can't get into my apartment or anything, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Were you not freaking out about where your keys were?
I had no idea where my keys were. I'm thinking, I blacked out. I must have gotten a ride with somebody, and I don't remember, and I had them drop me off in this random location and all this kind of stuff. So I do what any drunk person does at 2 o'clock in the morning, is I call my ex-girlfriend.
Bad idea.
And well, we're still kind of friends and stuff, so see if she can come pick me up. So I wake her up, she gets dressed, gets in her car, and I tell her, I'm like down the street from my rehearsal studio, can you come and get me? So she's driving, and she's not finding me. I'm on the phone with her, and I'm trying to tell her where I'm at, and I'm like, look, all right, you know where my rehearsal studio is, so I'm just going to walk there. So I start walking, and all of a sudden I come to this really big bridge, and I think, oh my God, I'm not in Ballard at all. I'm in this place called Aurora, which is also in Seattle, because I think that's the Aurora Bridge. So I'm like, I'm at the Aurora Bridge now. So I have to call her back and go, you're going to kill me, but I'm not in Ballard. I'm actually on Aurora. And Aurora in Seattle's like, it's kind of a scuzzy sort of part of Seattle. Lots of hookers and prostitutes and druggies in that area.
People like Joseph.
Yeah. So I start walking across. I said, I'm going to start walking across Aurora Bridge. So I start walking across Aurora Bridge, and my phone is just about going to be dying. And I tell her, look, I'm just going to wait on the other side of Aurora Bridge here near Seattle, and, hopefully, you can find me. And then my phone dies. So I'm standing there. It's 2:30 in the morning. I have my keys. My phone is dead. It's starting to rain. She's not showing up. It's getting late. And I'm thinking, I'm going to have to sleep outside, like in a dumpster or in a parking lot somewhere.
Why would you pick a dumpster of all places?
Well, I need to sleep somewhere at night in the rain now. And this really, really sucks. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. And I'm like standing halfway in the street so that like she can like possibly... see me as I'm standing there.
Or run you over.
And then you realize, I'm not in Aurora, I'm in Oregon.
Exactly. And you have to realize, this is like 2 hours now that I've been outside walking around trying to get somebody to pick me up. So this has been a long adventure right now. So I'm standing there, and all of a sudden a pickup truck, this old clunky pickup truck, passes me, and I look, and it stops and starts to turn around. And I think, fuck. It's 3 in the morning, I'm standing out here with like my motorcycle boots on. This guy thinks I'm a male prostitute, and he's going to try to pick me up.
Oh, no.
The guy turns around, opens his window, and he says, hey, and I look, and it's the owner of the club where we played. And I'm like, holy shit, what are the chances of you finding me all the way over here? Like, I figured he must have been on his way home or something like that. Like, the odds of this are astronomical. And he's like, do you want me to take you back to Seth? And Seth is my bassist. And I'm like, yeah, because that's like the only thing I can really do right now. So I get into his truck, and I'm like, man, thank you so much. And I'm thinking, guys, this guy's gonna drive me all the way back to Bremerton, like an hour and a half away, back to Seth, so that I can get back to the band van and get home eventually. So I'm like, yeah, man, I can't believe you found me. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's go back, and we'll go back to the club, and we'll hang out. We'll do the ride. He drives 5 blocks and pulls into the club parking lot. I was 5 blocks away from the club the entire time, and I didn't realize it.
God damn it.
And that's why we don't. That's why we don't drink. Suffocate.